He played a sort of central support role, I will call it, during the Russian campaign, where he was mostly in charge of supporting the supply troops and such. Where he did his best, but the Cossacks were just too maneuverable of a force. And I definitely would say he performed very well at the Battle of Leipzig because during the Battle of the Nations, his troops fought very valiantly on the first couple of days, denying the villages to the overwhelming might of the coalition armies. But yeah, I think his biggest regret and also something even I do not like is his decision to vote for the execution of Marshal Ney. Now that's something that really hurt me quite a bit. And it is said that Victor actually regretted that decision for the rest of his life. But yeah, this was I would call like my dream team. Happy to hear your thoughts, guys. If you have any questions and comments,
I mean, if you want to discuss, we have four marshals where we
different.
differ, four
Yeah.
slots. If you want to discuss it, then we can do that. But I mean,
Again,
there's only really one of yours that I have feel strongly about, and that's Masena.
is that fair enough? But as I said, a lot. I had kind of segregated these my Marshall's dream team in kind of roles, right? Like Berthier being my chief of staff, so kind of being playing more of a training role, so that he doesn't also get the opportunity to plunder and cause havoc with the
Yeah,
other marshals. And Masena with independent command is still a force to be reckoned with.
yeah. I would
So
just say
I
about
think
Masena, like his ability is undeniable, and it's not because of his, you know, him being a scumbag that I didn't pick him. It's because, well, partially, but um, he was past his prime though, wasn't he, when he was a
he
marshal?
was, but if he was, I think if you combine him and put him in a proper theater, where maybe like say someone like a Lannes and Suchet are taking on the way more capable opponents of that theater, right? I think Masena could still easily hold his own. Maybe he may not be the kind of even at that time the general that might say beat like say Lannes, Napoleon, Schwarzenberg, or the Duke of Wellington in the field, but you still would have him beat almost 95% of the other generals in the world at that time. So that is where I would definitely still say he is a very valuable marshal.
Yeah, I for me it's just I don't know if the positives outweigh the negatives. Yeah,
That will end up being a subjective decision.
yeah, exactly.
I'm pretty sure we are going to get people are like, why did you not have Mura? Why do you
Oh,
not have Bessias?
that guy can go to hell. I hate that guy so much.
Oh,
Like,
I
I
dislike
don't
Mura.
care if he was like invincible.
He was
Like he could.
flamboyant.
Yeah,
He
it
was
doesn't matter.
flamboyant and brave.
I don't want him. I don't want him. You know, I don't want him anywhere near me.
One of the reasons I don't want Mira and Bessias is because they hate Lance. So I have that bias to say I do not like them for that. I
Yeah.
can admit to that. And Mira, in all essence, has no strategic brilliance. He's a brave leader of men, fearless. I do not doubt that. But he was the one marshal that did not push, for example, in Russia to stop the advance. He was the only one that's kind of like still encouraged Napoleon, and that was enough. Because if all the other marshals managed to provide a united front, it might have been enough. But
Everything
Murat,
that Murat does well, there are other people who just do way better. You know, pop popularity. Well, maybe he was the best cavalry commander though.
I mean, you could also make a case of General Grouchy also being a very capable cavalry commander.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're just talking about their ability to lead a cavalry unit, definitely. Even might add Miraz, he tried that attack in the first siege of Mantua to try to sneak over in Austrian uniforms, and that kind of failed. He and Lannes in the Ulm campaign in the build up to Austerlitz, they actually tried to, you know, stop an Austrian commander from blowing up a key bridge. But Lannes
Yeah.
is the only guy that, grabbed the
Yeah, he
fuse
grabbed the
from the
fuse
soldier.
there.
Murat and Lannes are just like bluffing and just saying, "Oh yeah, we've signed a truce."
Yeah.
And I think Murat was kind of pissed off with Napoleon for not giving him the Spanish throne. He actually expected that.
I mean, I wouldn't let that guy anywhere near that throne though.
Hey, he got the throne
He
of
got he
Naples,
got he
but
got Naples, and look at what he did there.
yeah, do you know what was his, Craig? You know what was his first decision as King of
What?
Naples? Every soldier has to have a very extravagant uniform.
Oh, it's very important.
Yeah. He
And
was
I think
so
because he was doing
flamboyant.
his, yeah, and not to mention
Hey,
he was a
if I
real
need
trainer.
help getting dressed, I'll pick him. But this isn't what about that.
Uh, yeah, I think when he asked when he was to be shot, it was said like, "S- just don't aim for the face."
Yeah.
He was pretty vain that way, but yeah, I don't agree with his brilliance too much. He was brave, but I don't see him as being like one of the most important marshals. Like guys like Lannes, Berthier, Soult, they had like valuable skills that anyone would need.
Hmm.
Suchet, I mean, if you were to just give Lannes and Suchet 80,000 men, some supply lines, and just tell them to go and conquer like some region, right? They can get the job done.
Hmm.
And Bessier's just because he and Mira kind of like for like put the embezzle like they tried to put a line on fraud for the mismanagement of the funds because lads don't have that education.
Oh, is that what
And
it's
he went,
about? It was framed,
yeah,
or
that's how.
oh,
Yeah,
oh,
Bessier's did that, and then Ojiro bailed out Lannes, but Lannes was then kind of sent into disgrace as ambassador of Portugal for 3 years, where apparently like lads there he saw the British ambassador going ahead and he forced his rider in the carriage to go past him just because, like, fuck you. He wanted to
yeah.
do that. He wanted to show up and he actually impressed the Crown Prince of Portugal that's kind of like how he came back into the good graces of the Emperor.
Hmm.
But yeah, there were like a few honorable mentions I did not get, and at least for me, it would have been Marshal Davout and MacDonald and Poniatowski, who I would have they just did not make the cut. And Bernadotte again is just because of the jealousy. He never got the chance to truly shine
Yeah.
because the others we have track records, right? Bernadotte, even in the Battle of Austerlitz, for example, had a very small role to play. Like you would say, easily Soult, Lannes, and Davout's units performed, and even Bessier's Imperial Guard, they performed way more than Bernadotte's first corps. But yeah, this is, I guess, our dream team. So,
Yeah.
Craig,
Yeah.
for a change, thank you for being a hostage today.
I
And to the audience,
have said nothing. Yeah.
and for the audience, feel free to comment. Let us know who you would have taken for a 10-man Marshals team.
Is
Yeah.
Massena a scumbag or not? Tell me. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I can already tell based off of the way that this episode went. We have an associated clips channel that just came out. Honestly, if everybody could go look at Echoes of War podcast clips channel just to help it out, because it's a brand new channel on YouTube. It's like almost impossible to do a startup these days. It's very hard, but I can already say that every single marshal that's been mentioned is probably going to get like an individual 10-minute video. So it's going to be a lot of content put up there.
Uh,
It's going to be interesting.
I think it's pretty good that we have this clips channel because we even put like, talking about the generals. I think recently we've been putting a bit about Douglas MacArthur from our Philippines
Oh,
campaign video.
there's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot up there. It's like there's 1 week's worth of just, in some way, me kind of criticizing Douglas MacArthur. Yeah, that's just the way it's going to be. But before I let the audience go, again, if you'd like to further support the channel, check us out on YouTube. It really helps.